Hello, it's just me today to talk about vigilantes and a few other things. The first thing is the vigilantes in the Washington Post. They got an article about a guy. There was a TV show, To Catch a Predator. I never saw it, but apparently they would pretend to be a young girl online and get pedophiles would make a date to come meet you. And when they met you, there'd be a TV crew there to film you and humiliate you for being a pedophile. And they ended the show because finally one of the people they accused committed suicide, and they decided this was too dangerous and crazy to continue. But some self-styled guy has been doing the same thing himself. Robert Wayne Lee had 50,000 followers on some social media, I would imagine YouTube or something, and he would again pose to be a young girl online, arrange to meet with somebody, and then he would physically meet them, expose himself as a adult and humiliate them. And as anybody could tell you, eventually one of them attacked him. There was a fight and he ended up getting killed. And that's why, anybody with any sense, like the police tell you, don't do this. They say you're doing more harm than good. You're not doing a proper investigation, collecting evidence that can lead to that can be used in court to prosecute somebody, and you're going to get killed. I mean, this is nuts. Somebody's read too many comic books. They think they can just go out there and fight crime individually. There's a reason why police have training and guns and helicopters and support and all that. You don't just go out in the street and start a fight with dangerous criminals unless you're nuts. Anyway, it's a shame to see that happening. And there's an article about the Blue Walker 3 satellite. I remember articles when this first went up. It's a very, very big communication satellite and very shiny. And they were afraid it would mess up astronomy. And that's what's happening. It's now one of the brightest objects in the sky. And so I looked up a website to find out when I can go out and see it. You should be able to easily see it with the naked eye. And I checked, and it looks like the best chance to see it from San Francisco will be the highest point will get up to like 69 degrees north in the southeast on the 8th and 9th of October at 8:15 p.m. and 7:52 p.m. So it should be possible to just walk out there and look up in the sky and see it. So maybe I'll be able to do that. I'd sort of like to see it. It's kind of a science fiction thing. Just look up in the sky and see satellites with your naked eye. I understand you can see other satellites like Starlink, but they're not as bright, and you have to look more carefully for them. But this, I shouldn't need a binoculars or anything to see this. ChatGPT will now let you prompt it with an image, not just text. And people have been trying stuff and doing amazing stuff with it. So they've got a all right, looks like this web page. Here we go. They just showed it homework, and it can just anything that any kid's homework that's just written on a piece of paper, it can just read it and do it, of course, like fill in the label all the organs in a diagram of a heart, or do the arithmetic problems they have. And the one that amazed me is there's just a sloppy handwritten diagram of a whiteboarding session. Saying take an email here, extract the name, do this and that. You can just have a sloppy outline of the program you want, and it will write the code from that. So this is amazing stuff. And a lot of other things. Right. Another one you can do is they got a picture of what got me a lot of times in San Francisco. You'll park your car and there's like a bunch of signs, and you miss one of the signs. There's like 5 different ways for it to be illegal to park somewhere. I got a bunch of parking tickets when I first moved to the city because they make it very complicated. And you can take a picture of all these signs and it will figure out what they mean. So anyway, that's image processing is getting very good. All right. And the last one was there's a detailed article on Ars Technica, which is very good. And it's copied over from Wired, showing how easy it is to defeat AI watermarks. There was a meeting of the AI companies with the Biden administration a month or 2 ago where they promised they would put watermarks in all the AI generated images so you can identify them. And that sounded pretty bogus, and it is pretty bogus. Obviously, There is no way to put a mark in the image that can be detected by a computer, that can't be removed by a computer. And they showed that it's very easy. All current systems, they can remove the watermark, and they can add a watermark to a non-AI generated image to make false positives. And they say there is no hope. This is a stupid idea. It will never work, which makes complete sense to me. It does sound like a stupid idea that will never work. And people have already been using deep fakes in political campaigns. I know the DeSantis campaign did it. And there was another example of it here. I think the Trump campaign is already, Trump campaign made a fake Democratic voice to say they pretend they said something they didn't say. So Trump shared a fake video of Anderson Cooper. I don't know what he said, but his voice had been AI cloned. And I know Tom Hanks recently said there are commercials advertising some product with a deep fake of him. And he said, I have nothing to do with it. I didn't. They made a fake imitation of me that fools people. And so it's coming. And there's not going to be any easy way to tell what's real and what's fake in videos or audio. There was also a phishing. I think we mentioned it here. A couple of weeks ago, there was a phishing attempt where they actually recorded and cloned with AI the voice of somebody like a manager at a company, and then used that voice to call somebody and steal their money. So that's pretty scary. I mean, when I call somebody and recognize their voice on the phone, I think I know who I'm talking to. And that degree of confidence should be less. So anyway, that's all I have here. And there'll be another one of these on Friday.